Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is SUBCHVRGE. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be walking you through one of my tracks off my latest EP called the Power Up EP, which you can check out in the description below. I'll leave a link down there. It's a super heavy dubstep EP. I kind of was just throwing ideas at the wall and it kind of just came together in cohesion. So I thought I'd walk you through some of the elements of the song. Unfortunately, a bunch of the old project files got corrupted, but I was able to salvage a few of the stems. So right now I'm going to hop into Ableton and let's check out some of the sounds in this project. Okay, so here we are inside of Ableton. These are all of the stems to my song Backhand. We can start up here in the intro sections. Initially we have some atmospheric stuff coming in. There's some bird atmospheres in here, some low brass, and then some other kind of nature-y sounds just to kind of add a little bit of, you know, depth and, well, for lack of a better word, atmosphere in the song. There's also some really cool reversed vocals in there. Right there. And this section kind of just repeats up until bar 17 when the drop comes in. So that's pretty cool. Some of the effects down here. There are a few more atmospheric things in the effects section, but I just felt that when I was grouping this stuff together, I felt that they just kind of accentuated the effects group better because the atmospheric group was kind of just already pretty solid as it is, so I kind of threw some of the atmospheres in the effects group. But as you can hear, there's some impacts. There's I believe, a clock from a Virtual Riot sample pack. The initial sound is going quarter notes or eighth notes. I don't recall which one, but I stretched it out and manipulated it to be more of a shuffle or a swing type of triplet groove. But yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to do for this, kind of set the mood in more of a triplet rhythm type of groove, because I really love those triplet kind of grooves and swing sections in modern day rhythm and dubstep. So combined, those are the background effects and the atmospheric section. In addition with that, we also have some cymbals. These are, I just believe, a nice little ride. And that's pretty much all of the sections that are being utilized right here, up until about bar 9, and then we have some other things coming in. This is a combination of a bunch of things. I think there's a top loop from Spicy Rhythm Drums in here, which is Virtual Riot and Mode Steps sample pack on Splice. I have it right here. It's really, really nice for just a bunch of, you know, top loops, and if you need, you know, just stuff to put on top of your drums, grooves and stuff. This isn't an ad, but I love using it. It's really incredible for that type of stuff. Anyway, hopping back into the project. There's a bunch of those in there, all chopped up and kind of, you know, redone to make them my own. There's some claps in there, I believe. There's some vocals in there. Probably should have gone in the Vox channel, but you know how it is. Sometimes you're just throwing ideas down and you don't have time to organize everything. But one thing I did want to mention is that there is a kick that's also being in a triplet, just do. But yeah, there's a kick being slowly filtered in, and I feel like that really adds a lot to the tension right before the drop comes. Yeah, it adds a lot. There's also down here, there's a square synth that I made. That's a really super simple patch. You can do it with just a square wave in Ableton and then add a little bit of delay and reverb. And then you can just make, again, just another cool little triplet groove. It's very simple. Yeah, really, really simple. This song is very simplistic, I'm not gonna lie. But the fun part is coming up right about here. That's pretty much everything up until the drop. Forcing my hand will make me off this man. So I actually got a lot of questions about this particular pre-drop vocal. You know, like, oh, what are they saying? What's going on right here? I can't understand it. So basically the pre-drop vocal is saying, forcing my hand, don't make me off this man. Forcing my hand, don't make me off this man. Got that from just a random hip-hop acapella off of YouTube. So what I did was I doubled it, and then I messed with the pitch until they were a decent amount apart. So they would act as a really nice kind of counterbalance type of thing. Forcing my hand will make me off this man. And then I added a washout tool. I don't know if, yeah, I do have it on this computer actually. This is Bassclef's Easy Washout. You can find it online. It's free. It's a really cool Ableton rack with a bunch of delay and reverb things. It works by automating this knob right here, and then it'll basically just wash out anything that you set it on. So for instance, if I have it on this vocal right here, if I were to just absolutely pump it just to 100%, and that number is 127 down here. It just absolutely washes everything out. It's great for building tension. I use it a lot in risers and builds when I'm writing stuff like that. But it also works really well for what I did with it right here, which is kind of wash it out right before the drop to kind of give it this energy into the drop, kind of as a sweeping motion, right? So if you listen really closely, you can hear it being washed out at the very end. Forcing my hand will make me off this man. Right there, and then it just cuts off immediately, and then we get into the drop. So the drop consists of a few things here. It mainly is just an incredible amount of portal work, and gonna be giving away some secret sauce here, but I don't care. This is a plugin called M-Comb, and basically what M-Comb is it's just a comb filter that you can utilize on anything. In Serum, there are a bunch of different types of comb filters that you can use, and it kind of gives it this really gritty tonal delay type of almost sudden death feel. So if I can give you an example, I'm going to take one of my basses from my sample pack, the Magic Stick Volume 1, and as you can tell, it's just a really quick cut, right? But if we add the M-Comb, put it maybe around 19 or so, say 1938, I think that's the perfect D sharp. Right, so you get this really cool kind of almost tonal delay reaction. So without it, with it. And that's kind of just that's honestly one of my favorite plugins. That's where I get a lot of my sounds from. So it was basically just fine-tuning this plugin and applying it to a bunch of different types of basses that I utilize with Portal. And again, Portal is, I've talked about it before on the channel, but it's an incredible granular synthesis plugin that I use on almost every song that I write. It's fantastic. I'm not going to go too in depth with that, but trust me, it's worth it. Output makes amazing amazing stuff, amazing plugins and whatnot. So basically with these basses, I'll just play some of them for you. So you can kind of hear the M-Comb going to work here, except on this original little kind of drop hit right here. I really like how this turned out. Yeah, that was really cool. So yeah, that's kind of the idea behind some of the basses. And then down here, we also have a sub bass. The sub bass isn't too powerful because, again, even though I was working a lot with the M-comb filter, I did still have a lot of low-end basses inside this part right here, right? So there's still a lot happening within this 0 to 100 range right here. I think if I were to go back and redo some of this, I would make the basses a little bit, or the sub bass a little bit louder, and I would cut more from this end. But what are you gonna do? I wrote this song I think about a year ago, and I just released it today, so that's the cost. Anyways, let's hop into some of these drums leading up to the drop as well. And then I think again, these are from the Spicy Rhythm Drums pack. I think actually there's a different tom fill in here that's not from that pack. I think these are toms that I have in a different sample pack. So I think these are the Spicy Rhythm Drums, and then I think these are just different toms. But yeah, it comes down super hard on that kick, just bang, which is super cool. And then basically there's just some chants back here. And in context. These are kind of hitting on that, again, shuffle pattern, the triplet. Let me see if I can pull up a triplet grid here. Yeah, just about right here on the 8th section. Just to kind of add a little bit more groove to the song, and that really helps carry some of the ideas as well in the basses section. And then the last part down here is probably, again, one of my favorite parts. I think this is just a NASCO preset that I tweaked a little bit. He has a serum pack on Splice as well. And one of the basses in there is just like a really cool screech squeal. I wish I could remember the name of it, but there's a bunch of really cool stuff in there. But yeah, this is, I think, something that I tweaked from his preset pack, his serum preset pack. And it just adds such a nice little variation from when the first 16 bars up here complete. So it adds just a little bit more for the B section of this drop here. Yeah, and then back into the second half of the song, we just basically have just a repeat of a bunch of these things. I was feeling a little lazy when I wrote this song, I'm not gonna lie to you. And then we have, again, another quick build, and then a reiteration of the first vocal pre-drop. So, again, the first pre-drop over here, forcing my hand, don't make me off this man. And then this is just a slowed down version of that, forcing my hand, don't make me. And what I like to do for second drops is a lot of the times I like to just stretch out the original idea that I had up here and apply different types of things like texture warping and maybe go a little bit heavier with the M-comb and just kind of apply different sorts of frequency shifting and see what I can come up with. I know this one I definitely stretched out and used texture warping to create more of a just elongated type of bass from the original. That's the really cool thing about dubstep, is when you're creating second drops, you can get a little bit different and you don't have to get too crazy. You can, but for me personally, I just kind of like, I really like repetition in dubstep. That might make me like a lazy producer, but like I just really like the idea of, hey, this is what the vibe is going to be for the song, and if you can just make little tiny incremental tweaks to it, then that's good enough. And I think that is I think that's what's cool about music, is literally everybody has their own style and everybody has their own kind of, characteristics that they employ in their songwriting. So again, for me, this was just about taking the first drop and kind of tweaking it a little bit. What kind of cool changes can I apply to it? And what I landed on was stretching out the initial hits and kind of making them their own little groove again. So that's pretty cool, and then for the second half of this, it's more of the same. There's just a little bit more cuts and stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it, honestly. And then the song kind of fades out afterwards. There's a few, kind of drum and tom fills in here. But yeah, other than that, the song kind of just fades out at the end here with the effects and the ambience and the atmospheres. But yeah, like I said at the top, it's a really simple song. I wasn't feeling too hard, heavy focused in it when I was writing this one. I think I knocked this one out in like 16 hours over the span of 2 days, and it was a really fun project to write. I'm super happy with the way it turned out, and yeah. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that sort of dive into my creative workflow with the stems of my song Backhand. Again, that song is available in the links below, Spotify or SoundCloud down in the description. And yeah, man, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want me to do more. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.